this is Sugar with Sugar in the Attic. And today I'm going to start a series and I'm going to go over a Woman's Day magazine from the 1960s. Now, when I review this magazine, obviously this is not sponsored by Woman's Day, but it's from March in the mid-1960s. So let's start and go through this. First, let's look at the front. This is a typical high fashion picture on the front. And this is what the ladies would get when they went to the store. You can tell this is a pretty thick magazine. It had a lot of information. Also, you can see this was March and it was 15 cents. That's amazing. But back then, 15 cents bought a lot. The first thing we're going to look at is on the inside front cover. I remember this brand. I don't remember buying it, but I remember my mother buying it. It was called Luster Cream. Okay, it's a shampoo, very, very concentrated dark green. So you literally only had to use very little. And you can see she's a high fashion person and her hair is perfect. So, Liza's going to be in on the video maybe, so she may be popping up. Also, at the bottom, it looks like they have instructions. Okay, well, this is how you should wash your hair. Maybe it was talking about using a certain amount of the shampoo and then how to style your hair. And later on, you could use hairspray to spray your hair. And then, this is before we even get into the table of contents of the magazine. Then, everyone has seen these in magazines even today. Not at this price, but they have seen this ad before. You could buy any 3 of these books for $1.89. Now, that's unheard of today. That would have been nice. Now, you even got, now they were cookbooks, of course. It's all cookbooks. When you ordered 3 of these books for $1.89, you got 2 useful kitchen aids. Well, let's see what that is. It's a 2-way cookbook shelf and a recipe finder. And I'm not sure if you can see that right down here. I've never heard of a recipe finder, and I'm assuming that was going to be tabs or dividers. So you could easily find, I want a soup. So you turn and you go to the soup section, and all of your recipes were on cards. And this made it, not all of them. Now you had cookbooks, but if you used this recipe quite often, you would write it on a card and put it in this recipe box or container. And then if you were lucky enough, you got this recipe finder, which were tabs. And then you could easily, I need a soup, and you go right there and there it is. Also, I remember that my mother had an alternative. She had a duplicate of that. So if someone said, oh, at a dinner party, oh, I just love your cream cheese ham dip, whatever it is. Oh, okay, would you like the recipe? Oh, I'd love it. Okay, hold on. Well, before you leave, I'll give it to you. She would pull one of the cards that she had pre-written about the recipe and give it to her. And the next time the lady would come over, she might bring a dish and have an extra recipe card in her purse, just in case, my mother wanted that recipe. Okay, I'm back. I just had to get Liza a snack. You'll hear her in the background, but she's had her snack and so she's fine. Woman's Day, March 1964. That's the date of this magazine. Now, you can see the table of contents. I'm going to let you look through that, and then I'll read out some of the things that we'll be going through in the next videos. One of the things we'll go through is feature and fiction. So, the very first thing on here is called Neighbors. I have not read this magazine literally, so I have no idea what that means. The next one is Modern Living. Okay. Gardening. Now this is a Woman's Day magazine. Travel. Okay, they did travel. Beauty was definitely. Your child, so people with children. Food, very important. Fashion and needlework. Now then you have your crochet and you also have your knitting. Workshop. Okay, maybe they were handy, or maybe they had their husband make something for them, and these were ideas. And handicrafts. So now they also did a marketing, I say ploy, or they did some marketing. So they would tempt you to make sure that you were excited about the new issue that came out. So right here, you can see in next issue. So this is what's going to be coming up in the next issue. Look forward to it. So after you had read through all of this magazine, then you would be looking forward to the next magazine and the next issue. And you could plan, you couldn't go online because there was no online, but you could plan, oh, well, it says right here, the art of French cooking. Well, I've always wanted to try that. You know, my husband might like that. My family might enjoy that. So you would read through and plan for next month, and you were excited when that came out. Well, this is the first part. It's just the intro to the magazine. I'm going to be going through little by little. I'll show you the ads. It's a very thick magazine, but I think it's important to look back and see what the housewives of that day in the mid-60s, what they were reading, how they used different things. Maybe they had a lot of frugal recipes that we can use today. I think that's very important because money was tight and they had to stretch their budget a long way. I appreciate you stopping by. In the comments below, what dishes do you make and what practices do you have, maybe from the early 60s? Put that down and share with the viewers. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and take just a minute out of your day to subscribe and make sure that bell is lit up so you won't miss any videos coming up on the review of the Woman's Day magazine from the mid-60s. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.